Hello guys, welcome back to Mindful Monday. My name is Melissa and welcome to the space where we honour each other's presence. Today I want to talk about creating space and letting go. When I think of letting go, I don't just think of it in the terms of just items, as in letting go of so many items in your home or decluttering. I think of it as something much wider and much broader than that, because I also think letting go has a lot got to do with us physically. Are we letting go of our judgments enough? Are we letting go of guilt? Are we letting go of past events that have happened? Are we letting go of resentments, more importantly? So, letting go is something that when we start to practice it, we start to see it in many areas of our lives, and even mentally, letting go of negative self-talk. We do this so often and we don't even realize it, and we are our own worst critics, I think, personally. Even myself, I've caught myself so many times promising myself that I wasn't going to think in such a way or judge in such a way. And then again, the cycle starts, we start to get hard on ourselves and we start judging ourselves. Oh, I should have done it this way, or I'm not good at this, or I can't do this as well as I should, all the different things. I think it's so important, when we hear about letting go and we think about all the different areas, for me personally, it always starts around my home, because I know that if I have not created space in my environment, it also affects me physically and mentally. Now, this is just me personally, but I wanted to share this with you today because it may help somebody out there, because, a lot of the times our homes reflect our mental state and also can reflect our physical state, And what I've noticed about my home is through the years I have been very good at letting things go. But at the same time, when you have more children and more things come in and you get busier, and as I said last week, the kids were sick, my husband was sick, I was sick myself, and you kind of let things get on top of you, like there were certain areas of the home that were so cluttered, and there were certain clothes as well belonged to the kids that had been put in bags and they hadn't been carried to a charity shop. Lots of shoes in the hallway from people not bringing them upstairs to their room, and just different things. And so I started to go through my home and just to really look, which I do on a regular basis really, but this time I looked with a little bit more clarity. Do I really need all these items? Are they bringing me joy, or are they actually restricting me? Because whether it's mental, physical, or it's just items in general, it can be restricting, because if you have too many items, we'll say in your hallway or in your living room or in your kitchen or in your fridge, you really can't see the beauty anywhere, You can't see the good food. You can't see a clear space to walk out your door, say if it's in your hallway like it was in mine, or you can't see your clothes in the wardrobe. Everything is so restricted, and it's so hard to pull out or to put on, or to find, that it's very limiting and it can be restricting. So when you think about your environment like that, and you think of your own mind, it's the same thing. If you keep continuing the same negative thoughts or the same negative thinking, it can be very restricting, on your present moment and on your future also. Like for me, I have struggled a lot with, trying to get so much done. And I've been very hard to myself, saying, oh, you could do better, you could do more. And the minute I started to relax and just realized that I needed to slow down and just take a couple of breaths and just look around in my environment, and to really just adjust myself from the ground up, as in like starting with my environment and then going to we'll say the food part for me as well would be the physical part, And as I said last week, I was sick and my family was sick, so I got very run down. So I really had to dig deep. I did go into my environment and see what was restricting me, what could I move, what could I let go of, that was going to give me more time in my day that I didn't have to work around. also go into my fridge and into my press to see the foods that were energizing me and the foods that I was just grabbing on a moment when I needed something quickly and that was not good for my health. The quick fixes. So I think really we have to really, if it's a physical thing that we need to lose weight, or a mental thing that we need to change thought patterns, we really have to go, I think, into every area. Even as little as going into one drawer and just taking out the junk that's in there, or maybe just going into one press and really looking at the foods, to see when was the last time that you actually ate something like this, or could you replace that with something healthier, So letting go really can be so rewarding, is what I would say, and so freeing, because we have this idea when we let go that it's going to be restricting. It's not. It's freedom. This is what I've learned this week, through the illness of last week and work not getting done up to scratch, and as I say as well, all the negative thinking, oh, I can't get this done now because I'm not feeling well. And instead of just relaxing into it and saying to myself, okay, I'm not feeling well and I need to heal, but what can I do? What are the simple things I can do around me that can enhance me and enhance my health and make life simpler for the long term? So it really just came down to looking around and not getting crazy busy into it, because I wasn't really feeling my best, but doing the simple things like cooking healthier foods and removing items in the home that don't need to be there, and just simply putting them in a bag and knowing that they have a place to go, maybe to a charity shop, and if they're of no use to anybody, into the bin, basically. And then physically, the fact that I was so sick, to start really looking at the foods I was eating, like I said, but not only that, my own self-care, taking more time to slow down and taking more me time. Even today, I went upstairs. I think I got up at about 7:30 with my children, and then at about 9 a.m. I came upstairs and I just said to my husband, I will see you in a few hours. Yesterday he'd taken his time, and today I knew that I needed to take my time. So I went away and I did all the things that I wanted to do for me personally, my own self-care things, And I really do believe that sometimes as well we have to let go of control, that if we're not in the room or if we're not everywhere at the same time, that things are not going to work, So even this morning, just to take myself away from the children, away from my husband, away from the kitchen, and just to really relax and look after myself. So my message is this week, it's very brief, it's very simple, is to let go of your high expectations of yourself, especially if you're feeling under the weather, or if you've been sick, or maybe you're feeling a bit overwhelmed. Maybe you have a lot going on in your life, and maybe you don't have kids. You could still have a lot going on in your life, You could have a job that's very busy. Your home is busy. Whatever it is, take the time to slow down, because really we can't find a solution unless we sit down and we slow down and we start to really look back and take the time to actually notice, what can I let go of? Maybe it's guilt, maybe you feel guilty for taking too much time for yourself. I know this is something personally I struggled with myself, maybe you need to let go of resentment, A lot of time people can carry around resentment and they don't even realize it. And I once heard a quote by the Buddha. It was something like this: it's not the anger that affects you, it's creating the anger that affects you. So basically it's not being angry at somebody that affects you, it's being angry that affects you. So basically, it's like if you're angry at somebody else, or if you're resentful at somebody else, that's not going to hurt you, but it's actually the feeling of that, It's not going to hurt the other person, we'll say, if you're thinking that, but it's actually going to be hurting you, because you're the person that has the energy in your body that you're becoming angry or you're becoming resentful, So it's so important to let go of all these things. And it's the same for me when I feel guilty for taking time out for myself, maybe for going away somewhere or doing things for myself that I'm not going to be with my kids. I feel guilt about that. And, I had to really sit with myself and say, listen, my kids, they're not affected by that because I'm giving them 100%. But I am, because I'm the one feeling bad, feeling bad, feeling bad, and it's not serving me, you know, it's only making me feel worse. So I really have to work on that and to just let go a little bit and know that, you know, that just because I'm a mother and I'm a parent, that I too deserve to have my space and to have my time to myself. So, you know, I think we all have things like this, whether I say it could be resentments, it could be anger, it could be guilt, it could be shame for another person, you know. Today's the day to really, I would invite you today, you know, to really practice letting that go. And if it's nothing mentally like that, maybe it's not that, maybe it could be something physically. Maybe you want to let go of weight, or maybe you want to look after your health more. So letting go of, I don't know, bad habits, you know what I mean? Maybe drinking or smoking, or I don't know, eating the wrong foods, whatever it may be that's affecting you physically, you know. You know, start just by doing one small step. I think really that's what it comes down to, you know, all little steps. And that's where we get the courage and the strength and the clarity to be able to spread that out then, and to be able to hit that in other areas. Even for myself, you know, even though I'm aware of all about food, I still realize that I need more help, you know. So I've also reached out to somebody for a consultation, you know, just to be able to run down through my health with me. So I'm really looking forward to that. So I will definitely be talking about this here on the channel once I have it done. So it's something I'm looking forward to. It's a holistic consultation with a wonderful man. So I'm going to be doing that. And this is also another way of me letting go and not having control over everything myself. Maybe even though I know a lot about food and I know a lot about health, but maybe there's somebody who is more experienced than me that can teach me something that I don't know, and I need to be open to that, you know, to be able to better myself. So I invite you this week to open up, to let go, you know, whether that's mentally, physically, or just stuff around you. And welcome in as well other people that can support you on that. You know, if there's somebody you need to talk to, maybe if it's something mentally, maybe you need to talk to somebody. If it's something you want to improve your diet or your holistic health or whatever, maybe you need to get a consultation with somebody. And you know, there's nothing wrong with that, with asking for help or for you know, bettering yourself, you know. If you look or if you hear of all the amazing people out there, they've had so many mentors. You know, I've heard before on here on YouTube through another channel that even Oprah Winfrey, she's got like 8 mentors. So there you go, you know. So like probably mentors for different things, and there's nothing wrong with that. And we don't all need 8 mentors, but if there's something that we need help with, you know, there's no harm in reaching out and asking for it. And to be honest, I'm the first person that I have to admit that that's something that I don't tend to do a lot. So what I've done this week is started to let go and start to reach out and ask for the support in the different areas that I need, you know. And I invite you also to let go, whether it's mentally, physically, or just stuff, and also open up and bring in the people that can support you and help you to let go and to become a better version of yourself. So anyway guys, this was Mindful Monday. I hope that you're having an amazing day, and as I always say, I'm so delighted that you're all here, and please hit the subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And as always, remember, your presence matters as much as mine. And I'm going to give you all a great big kiss, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.